בעזרת השם, פרשת תולדות. ויגדלו הנערים, ויהי עשיו, איש יודע ציד, איש שדה, ויעקב אשתם ישב עלים. So the two boys, the Torah said they were born, they grow up, okay? They reach the age of 13. ויגדלו הנערים. עשיו, okay? איש יודע ציד. Rashi says, he chose on the bar mitzvah day. They asked him, what do you want to do? What do you want to become? Oh, I want to become a hunter. Ish yodea tzayid. Ish sadeh. I want to be in the field the whole day. But till that day, he went to yeshiva of Ever, right, with his brother Yaakov. They were twins. They were dressing the same clothes. The mother, Rivka, made sure that there's no difference between the two. They're wearing the same suits, the same shoes, same kippah, right? They were the same. But just by came the bar mitzvah, when comes bar mitzvah, so you become on your own. Like you become responsible for your action. So Esav, he says, Ish yodea tzayid. I know to hunt. I want to go start hunting. I want to get fun in the field, to be there. ויעקב ishtam yoshev oalim. יפה. ויאהב יצחק את עשיו, כי ציד בפיו. So Yitzchak loved his son Esav, כי ציד בפיו. He was hunting and he was bringing it to the mouth of Yitzchak. So we're going to see an explanation about this. ורבקה, and רבקה, אוהבת את יעקב, but רבקה loves יעקב. Let's see Rashi. מה זה ציד בפיו? Yitzchak loves Esav because ציד בפיו. Rashi says, look at Rashi. כן? Rashi says, איש ציד, איש שדה, איש יודע ציד, לצוד. He was hunting, but who is hunting? He was not hunting animals. He was hunting people with his mouth. יודע לצוד ולרמות את אביו בפיו. He was hunting, so to speak, his father. He was cheating his father. He was a yeshiva boy. 13 years he learned in yeshiva. So he was using the chokhmah of the Torah, the chokhmah of what he learned, to cheat his father. How? Rashi says, he used to come to his father, Shoalo, used to ask him, Abba, איך מעשרים את המלח? Do you give maaser from salt? Salt is a mineral. You don't give maaser from salt. You give maaser from fruits and vegetables. When people stop having fields, right? According to the Torah, the maaser is fruits and vegetables, not minerals. After, when people stop having fields, Chachamim instaured to give maaser from your money. But this is a rabbinical instauration. Like you make $1,000, you give $100. This is rabbinical. Min Torah, when we speak about maaser deganecha v'tiroshcha v'itzarecha, from your field, from your crop, from your wheat, from your vine, from your olives, right? This is the maaser. This is the 10%. After things changed around and people started making businesses and other things, so they didn't have fields anymore, so Chachamim says, you know what? You're going to have to give now maaser midrabanan on money. Okay? Now he comes to his father, Abba, there was no maaser of money yet. He didn't make money either, right? How do you give maaser from salt? Wow. Yitzchak is saying, Tereze makpid. Tzaddik. He wants to give maaser from salt. Salt is a mineral, right? You don't give maaser from minerals, right? He wants to give. And on top of it, מה אומר לאבא שלו? What is he saying to his father? How do you give teven? Teven is straw. What's straw? What is straw? When you cut the wheat, there's two ways, the Rashi and Tosa, but let me say a simple way. When you cut the wheat, there's still a piece of the stalk of the wheat, when you cut it in the middle, it was one piece in the ground still, right? This piece is called kash, or teven, according to tekash or teven. When you cut it, you give it to animals to eat. But now, you have to give maaser. From what you're going to give maaser? From the wheat. Not from the straw. The straw is just a piece of straw in the ground. That's it. There's nothing what to give for maaser. It's not food. You give it to animals, right? He comes to his father and says, oh, after I gave maaser of my wheat, how do you give maaser min hateven? Is it 10%? What do you mean? Okay, so he wants to cheat him, right? What's the question? The Siftei Chachamim says it's a much deeper question. What's the deep question? Look, when you take a field Take a field. And you had in the field, let's say you had 100 kilo of grains of wheat. How much you have to give? 10 kilos, right? Or 1 second. Did you make the 10 kilos? It's like, did you earn 100 kilos? No, because before the field gave 100 kilos, you had to invest. So basically, you took grains of wheat and you put it in the ground.
Initial investment.
Right? So the initial investment, normally you should take it off. You should say, oh, 1 second, to get 100 kilos of wheat, it costed me 10 kilos. I bought 10 kilos and I planted it, right? And then it gave me, there's a bracha, there's a blessing, 100 kilos. So basically, I should give my maaser only from 90 kilos and not from 100 kilos, right? But what's the halacha? The halacha is what? That you give from 100. This is the halacha. זה ההלכה. כי אתה, מה שאתה... לא, רגע, זה different. Money wise is different. Money wise, you pay on the netto. When it's on the net. If you go and buy, let's say you buy you have a shoe store, you have a shirt store, and you buy shirts. So a shirt costs you $20, but you sell them for $50. How much maaser you have to give for each shirt? For $30. This is money. But on a field, you don't count your investment. You give directly what came out. Okay? Esav says, oh, beautiful. So he's coming to his father, says, okay, you know, Abba, I'm for sure going to give 10% from my field, that's for sure. But I want to give myself also from the straw. No, from the straw. Straw is the leftovers. But you gave already maaser from the wheat. You gave already. He wants to give extra maaser, even from the straw. Then he's asking his father, Father, can I give maaser from salt? What do you mean salt? Salt is a mineral. No, but that's exactly my question. My question is, by salt, I didn't invest nothing. By the field, I invested something, and I still gave myself 100%. So maybe by salt, I should give 20% maaser because I didn't invest nothing. That was his question. Should he give more than 10% because he didn't invest nothing in salt? But salt to begin with doesn't have to give zero maaser. It's a mineral. So his question was not only to give maaser, to give double maaser. So he was cheating his father with chumrot. Right? Yeah. I heard the story. There's somebody, the king suspected him that he stole from his treasure, right? So the king decreed that he is to be hung, right? So they put the rope on his neck, and they were about to hang him. So the king told him, "What's your last request?" So he says, "Before you hang him, please, I want you see the guy over there." He showed them a person. Check if he didn't steal the money. Okay? They go, they ask him, "He stole the money?" No. They take him in a room, they give him a smack, they give him a box. At the end, the guy admits, I stole the money. The king says, wow, we're about to hang the wrong guy. He comes back to him, and he says, listen, why didn't you tell us from the beginning? Why tell? He says, no, I didn't know. I didn't know he stole the money. So how do you send us to him? He says, no, when you were bringing me here to hang, this man says, oh, there is an ant on the floor. I almost stepped and killed it. Oh. You know? Yeah. So the guy said, those people, they're so careful, you know, not to step on an ant. And he pushed the chair. Those people are the worst people. So when he started to say, oh, I almost killed an ant, I knew this is the guy. Right? A guy that is so meticulous and so, you know, careful. Like faker. You see, he's a faker, right? Those are the worst. That's Esav. That's Esav. How do you give money from salt? How do you give extra maaser, you know? Right? When people start to be extra careful, you be careful from them. Amen. Amen.